What's up, everyone? Starting off the video here. It is 9:30 Thursday night, and tomorrow we are leaving, taking this thing on a road trip. Tomorrow we got 260 miles down to the middle of nowhere, Indiana, and we just finished packing up the car. So figured take you guys through and show you exactly what we got packed and what's kind of left. So everything here is going to be behind the driver's seat or the front bench seat because water leaks in the trunk. So in the trunk we'll have the spare and probably a cooler, but no clothes or tents or tools, nothing like that. But inside here we got the toolbox right behind the passenger side seat, fire extinguisher. We got the torque wrench underneath that, jumper cables, and then in this box right here we have a spare alternator, spare fan belt, spare throttle cable, all the original ones, which are old, but we just replaced those this week. So in case something happens, we'll use those. Got oil, trans fluid, earmuffs just in case we need it. I don't think we will. Safety wire, because that fixes everything, and then a drill. Got that all in the box, so hopefully none of that slides around. Under here we got a tarp because it's protecting the paint underneath this, and that's the tent, or the tarp we can use for our tent. Tent right here, 2 cots because we'll be camping. Underneath there's 2 jack stands and a bottle jack over there, and I mean that's pretty much it. In here we got wiring, tools, pretty much everything you would need. We're bringing a lot more stuff than we would with the GTO because this is untested. We've put I don't know, probably 70-80 miles on this car this week, and today we just did 40 miles. Everything was good. Temp runs at 130 the entire time. Alternator's charging. Everything's pretty much good. So in the last week, made an overflow, new fan belt, like I said, new throttle cable, tuned the carb. Just basically a lot of little things. Got plates and registration, obviously. Pretty sure that the battery is grounding out somewhere or something because it loses volts like the next morning. So we're just unplugging it overnight. Not really sure, or maybe I left the ignition on one time and it drained it, so who knows, but just be safe, we got that unplugged. We just got the turn signals working the other night. They were working, but then they shut off and we just tested it and they're working now. So like I said, the only real issue is it's supposed to storm this entire weekend and water is coming in the trunk through the corner here, so that's why we're only putting a spare, which speaking of spare, we do not have one. So we have maybe a plan. If that comes together tomorrow, we'll have a spare with a tire. If not, we'll be bringing one of the extra rims right there, and if some reason we get a flat on this car, we'll stop at a tire shop and pick up a tire. So that's kind of the plan for that. Tomorrow we plan to roll out afternoon sometime, 3 or 4. We got to get to Indiana. It's our time change, so we'll probably get there around 7 or 8. Like I said, it's 200, or yeah, no, I don't even know how many miles it is. I think it's like 230. I think I might have said 260 earlier. Not really sure what it is, but we will be driving this thing. First road trip, so hope everything goes well. I will pick up this video tomorrow right before we leave. All right, everybody, it is now Friday morning. It's about 1 o'clock. Plan on leaving at 2, and we just finished packing up the car, everything but the cooler, which is gonna go in the trunk. So we got, I think, 230 miles to go today. I'm not really sure. I thought it was 260 yesterday. Apparently it's 230, my dad said. So who knows? It's over 200 though, I know that. Plan is going down to somewhere in Indiana, camping out for the night, and then tomorrow morning we're starting the cruise very early, and it starts at 9 o'clock in the morning. So if we went Saturday morning, we've had to leave like, I think it was like 3 or 4 a.m. our time, which would have not been fun. So leaving midday today is probably the better and smarter option, so we don't have to get up early in case something goes wrong. We got plenty of time. So in here we got the rest of our bags packed. We got sleeping bags, clothes stuff, extra gas, parts stuff I showed you guys, and then we finally got a spare. So my neighbor let us borrow this thing, which has multiple bolt patterns. It does have 4.5 bolt pattern on it, which is perfect. So huge shout out to him. We were just gonna go with one of the spare rims back there and then find a tire if anything happened, but this is much better. Filled it up with air. Other than that, we're pretty much ready to rock. So just waiting for my dad to get home from work, and then we will be on our way. So I'll do a ton of updates, keep you guys posted of what happens, and crossing our fingers nothing goes wrong. Well, We haven't even left and we've already had an issue. No, I'm just kidding. We have a lot of water coming in from the sides of the tail panel here, because you can see that it's pretty beat up and stuff. So until we get a new tail panel, get new tail lights with seals and stuff, the water was pretty much up to the seam seal on here and above it. So the plan is just drill the hole in this, which pained me because this is brand new trunk floor. Got a rubber grommet, pop that in there, and then when it gets completely filled with water this weekend, pop that out, let it drain. We might actually just keep that out the entire time because it's supposed to be raining. So who knows? Clean this mess up, pop this in, and then we will be on our way. 5 minutes from departing, venturing out on our way to Indiana. And we got cooler in the back now, some bags of food, more clothes and everything, or my dad's bag. In the trunk, we got the spare tire, and then we got an extra gas can, just in case, because it's a 90-mile cruise and they're not stopping for gas anytime. So the gas gauge seems to work on this thing. We put 10 gallons in it. It was 3/4 of the way full. I looked up and they said there's 16-gallon tanks in these things, so who knows, but pretty pumped. We're leaving in, like I said, 5 minutes. Do updates along the way, and see you guys there. All right, first stop here. It is very windy, so apologize for the wind noise. Nothing I can do about that, but just done 100 miles. It was less than a quarter tank, so we stopped, filled up. Car's doing good, running at 130 the entire time. Alternator's charging. The suspension is finally settled, so I'll show you what that looks like. The front's rubbing a little, so I think we're gonna adjust that as well as the kick down. But it's definitely settled in the back. It's not a big brake, so I'm really happy with that. I think we're about 80 miles away from Spider Garage, Ken Nathaniel's house, so we're heading there first. And then after that, I think it's 60 or 80 miles to our campsite for the night. So really happy with it so far. Just filled up, and we'll be on our way. All right, so we have made it the rest of the miles here, Spider Garage. Duster's doing good, no issues so far. Everything seems to be doing fine. Probably for tomorrow though, we'll crank up the torsion bars a little bit because it was hitting. Other than that, just gotta adjust the kickdown layer tonight, but it's pretty good. So we're gonna meet up with them. I guess Nathaniel's gonna drive the Monza. They're taking a trailer and a truck down. It's about 80 miles to the campsite, and then we're gonna camp there tonight. So hopefully everything still does good on the Duster here, but it's rolling pretty well. We're doing 70, 75 the entire way here, no issues. So really happy with it. That new radiator, big V8 one, doing its job. Well, we have arrived from our campsite, and it is completely storming right now. So I think we're gonna wait this out before we go anywhere, but it seems to be a lot of cars here, and I'm filming Jacob while Jacob's filming me. All right, we've been here for probably 10 minutes or so, just kind of waiting on the rain to die out. It's a good amount of rain. Everyone's kind of just waiting here. And we don't have a defroster or wipers, so we got Rain-X on the outside. We're using a rag to wipe down the inside. Oh look, Jacob was just doing the same thing. Everyone is, because nobody has wipers. Well, we have them, they're just not working. Or defroster pretty much, so that's gonna be great. We have a little leak somewhere over there, not sure where. I'm sure the trunk is getting absolutely soaked right now, but I did put that drain plug in, so hopefully that should do the trick. But we're just kind of waiting on the rain to stop. My dad was brave and ventured out into the weather while it is storming right now. All right, well, we're all out of our cars now. You can see everyone's kind of lined up. I don't know, there's 10, 12 cars or so here. Storming, you see the Duster back there, Elko, everything. So we're just kind of going over the rules and everything, and I guess we'll be rolling out here soon.
There goes Kale. Ken and Nathaniel, Jacob.
Made it to our first stop, at a cemetery. It's a great place to stop, but cars are all doing good. The rain has slowed down a little bit. We lost turn signals in the duster. Turned out it was just a fuse box. A little dirty, clean net, and we're all good. Got a good amount of water coming in, but other than that, everything is doing perfect. Oh, it looks so good. Well, it seems every time we get out to take a picture or do something, it just starts to continue to rain again, so it's just great. It doesn't look like much now, but this was completely soaked with water because the bottom windshield seal here, it's leaking all the way across from that, so that definitely needs to be replaced. Need wipers. The rain X isn't doing much, but it's doing something, I guess, and a defroster, so. Other than that, doing pretty good. I guess we're gonna eat lunch here and then move on to our next stop. Second stop here. I'm completely soaked. I had to change my shirt because I got totally soaked inside the car, soaked, but we got all the cars lined up there. Pretty good. Everyone's doing good so far. Duster's good. We got turn signals to work now. So just gotta crank torsion bars up in the front because you just hear the tires every little bump, but other than that, going pretty good, and it's so cool just to see all the cars in your mirror behind you, going through all these hills and stuff. You see kind of the roads we're going through. It's really cool.
I can't say yes or no necessarily. Oh, is that what it is? That's about it. Like if I'm gonna put suspension on the car,
I did, yeah.
Heading out from our second stop here. That's open diff. It's working.
Yeah, he had to buy the car. Yeah. So.
We have made it to the third stop here. Car's all dirty. So I got a sponsor on the door right here. Sponsor myself. And some waterfalls over there, so I guess we're gonna go ahead and walk over there. It's supposed to be pretty cool, but car's all doing good, and it looks, oh man, it looks so good dirty.
it looks like a fun water.
Oh, it's very pretty. I was just expecting.
Shut up.
I was expecting a little more.
back to camp after about a 75-80 mile cruise, and we just kind of packed up tents and stuff right now. Got the Mons on the trailer there. We're about to start heading home. It's 280 miles, like 3.5 hours or something. So we'll see how that goes. Cars did great. No issues with anything or anyone. Duster's doing good, except for turn signals. They shut off again, so pretty sure it's just the fuse connection is bad. And they started to develop a little bit of a miss as we were literally pulling into the campsite here. So hopefully maybe it's just some water in the distributor or something. We'll see where that takes us. But right now, finish packing up, say goodbyes, and then we will be on our way.
All right, easy.